Welcome to Ask Mark, where I reveal the secrets of men to you, and we have a whole bunch of fun along the way answering your questions. Hey, we're getting into some questions today, but before we do, my book is now out and available, so make sure you pick up a copy. There's 40-something chapters of goodness going on in there, and it is very worth it. You can get a free chapter, in fact, in the description. The first chapter is absolutely free. Leave your questions in the box below, in the comments box below, so that I can answer your questions in the next video. Hit the subscribe button with the little bell if you haven't already. And let's get into some of the secrets of men. Today, we've got questions about online dating. We've got questions about players. We've got questions about doubts, long distance, and sex. Lots happening in this video. So let's kick it off with a question from a guy. I'm a player. I'm sorry guys, but without even realizing it, well, at least I did realize it, or he, I guess, has half realized it now. He said, I didn't see it as a bad thing, but maybe because I only cared about my happiness. I'm not sure. Anyway, says Adventure, I want to change my ways. Any suggestions on that? To be fair to him, there's players on both sides of the gender fence, right? What a player ultimately wants is they want to seek validation from the other gender, and they want to do it in a way that isn't healthy. They want to do it in a way where, oh, I can get you, and I can get you, and I can get you. It's basically a way to cover his own fears of not being good enough through, in this case, women. So what would be my advice on how to change that? Well, first of all, you've got to stop using women as transactions. It's harsh, but that's actually what a player does. Is you're going, hey, I want the validation through her, I want to get the sex through her, I want to feel good about myself through her, and I'm willing to lie, cheat, and steal to get all of those things. So you're really shutting down the beauty of what a real woman could bring to your life by transacting it for your own selfish needs. Which brings me to the second point, which is, how's that actually working for you? Because most players I know, when you really ask them, they're pretty miserable. The superficial, it's like eating lollies. The superficial thing, the more you eat, the more you crave it, and the emptier it feels. So I honor you, for asking the question and for asking to say, hey, I want to change this. I want to step into my power as a man. So if you want to do that, start to really appreciate, well, what can a woman bring to my life? What could saying no to the validation-seeking behavior and the sex-seeking behavior, what could that do to empower me in my life? And how could that really bring out the man in me? Because it's actually by saying no to the temptations rather than saying yes to everything that you bring in, that you will step into your best, most masculine self. Next question is from Wiktoria, who says, how do you get back to your life a guy who you used to be close to, but you never called a relationship or admitted love to him? We both have our very own life and quality purposes, so you're both doing well, but at one point just stopped talking, which can always happen. Do guys move on very fast? What makes a guy move on? Look, I don't know the details here, but it sounds like the two of you just stopped connecting. Maybe you had other people in your life. Why not reach out? Especially if there's something that made you think of him. It's the perfect time to reach out. Hey, just saw this thing. How have you been? Want to check how you're going in quarantine? There's lots of reasons, especially now, where I personally have been reaching out to heaps of people that I haven't spoken to often enough over the prior 6 months before quarantine. So it's a great time to reach out to old friends, check in, see how people are, and share your beautiful energy with a friend or maybe something more who I'm sure would be happy to receive it, even if he's with someone, whatever, right? At least you've done it and you know that way. So yeah, 100% reach out and do it in such a way that you're really caring how he is and you're wanting to reconnect with him. He'll love it. Rose says, hi Mark, I've been quarantined for 6 months now. My boyfriend of 3 years usually sees me once a week, but has only seen me once during this period. Okay. He's asked for a break because he says he thinks he might be losing feelings. I think it's only because of the separation that he's having second thoughts, but I agreed on a week of minimal contact. I fear this could make things worse. Should I contact him? Oh, this sucks. I'm sorry to hear, Rose. Look, 3 years is a good chunk of time. And I don't know how old you guys are. I get the feeling you could be young. I could be wrong about that. But men sometimes need that space to really appreciate what they're going to lose. Okay, you're awesome. You're the prize here. Don't forget it. So I would not recommend contacting him throughout this week. And if he says he wants the space, you can check in on the space and support him. But you're supposed to be his teammate here. right? You're his best believer, you're his biggest supporter, you've been there for so many memories in his life. So this is a perfect opportunity to get back the you pillar in the relationship. But what's important to you, get back yourself. You know, and if he's willing to lose that, make it clear what he's willing to lose, right? And what he's going to lose. And he's going to come to his senses real quick. Work on yourself, do your own thing. Just give him the space he's asked for. Like, think of space as like a punishment. Like, oh, you want space? I mean, I can give it to you, but sucks to be you. You really want space? Yeah, I want space. Okay, well, I'll be over here being amazing. With that attitude, guys come back almost every time. And if they don't, it's mega their loss. They come back 6 months, 12 months later, and it's too late. I think you'll get this one back on track, and I really hope that he remembers the price that he has in you, and this space will remind him of that. Jalela says, if you are committed and in love with someone, why would you be bothered to be attracted to other people anyway? I think that's very true and very legitimate, Jalela. I will say there is, of course, going to be physical attraction to others at all times, even in a committed relationship. You know, the sexual biology of nature still says that we're going to find attraction for others. But I agree, if you're committed and you've got a great love, why would you want to invest in anyone else in a romantic way when you've got something so good, unconditional, there with you? Not really a question, that one, but I liked it. Regan, with that little digression there, says, love your videos, they've helped me so much. A big thank you. I have a question. How do you ask out a client? Yeah. I work in personal service industry and I don't want to be unprofessional or make him uncomfortable or embarrass myself. I want to be sure he's interested before doing anything. I'm chronically bad at flirting / being upfront or telling if someone's interested. Again, thanks for the great videos. Regan, you're gonna have to put it out there. It's the only way to do it in this situation. You say, hey, I'm just gonna put this out there. Would you like to grab a drink sometime on a personal level? Would you like to hang out, get to know each other on a non-professional level? Totally fine if you don't want to. I'm just gonna put this out there. Let's just say that. You'll get an answer pretty darn quick. Lacey says, is it considered catfishing if you're not actually a fun person? So to put this question in some context, Lacey asked this question on 7 things to write in your profile video. And the reason she asked it is because in that video, I talk about a study that 𝐷𝐿 did where they said being fun is the most attractive thing online. And that doesn't surprise me at all because in a sea of boring text, fun really is what stands out. And so, no, I'm not buying into this question, Lacey. You are fun. You do have great energy within you that men will find attractive. So put it out there. It is not catfishing because it is within you. So step into that image of yourself, girl. You deserve it. And you are it, more importantly. Claudia says, ways to make a miss you video with Alex Cormont. That was a fun video. God, I miss traveling. Yeah. Wasn't Miami a treat, Matty? It was really fun. That was great fun. Bayfront Park, beautiful area. If you haven't been there, recommend it. Claudia says, does this work if somebody else, does this work if he has somebody else? I'm heartbroken because I'm really in love with him. We're really good friends and yeah, I'm basically heartbroken. Right now he's distanced because he knows my feelings and he doesn't want to hurt me. I'm distanced too, but I'm in love with him. Look, Claudia, does this work if he's distanced? Yes, it does. But I think the more important question you've got to ask is, would you want someone who has someone else around and isn't choosing you? This is like a big thing in coaching, guys. I really want you to get this. If someone's not choosing you, then they're not the perfect person. That's how that works. And a guy could be the perfect person, but he might have a girlfriend, which means he's not choosing you, which means he's not the perfect person. So make sure you're choosing people that invest in you. I think it was in the very first video I ever published, I said this, still say it today. When you invest in men who are investing in you, who are coming to you choosingly and willingly, you're gonna always get the best results in a relationship. Next question is from Kaitlin. And Kaitlin says, I have this doubt. I'm seeing this guy, and we're actually already 5 months knowing each other. But the thing is, it's an internet relationship because we can't see each other in real life yet. So basically, we're kind of friends with benefits, but without benefits. So you're friends. Does that make sense? Kind of. Let's continue. So the thing is that he got addicted to Minecraft. Okay, he basically plays it all day. That took a turn. All the freaking hours of the day except mornings because he's studying. And then 5 minutes at night, he says he's sorry for not being with me during the day and he loves me and so on. And that's the only time he's not playing Minecraft, apparently. Right. We've been like that already a few weeks. I understand what is getting addicted to video games because as a gamer myself in my college days. But the thing is, we don't talk anymore except for 5 minutes or 2 at night. What do I do? Oh boy. Kaitlin, you've got to ask for what you want and not even expect it, but just have a standard for it, right? Don't give the green light to this. By being passive, you're saying it's okay. And it's not. He's addicted to Minecraft. His selfishness is leading him up the garden path, and it's meaning that your needs are going aside. So you're allowed to express this. You've got to make clear to a man when his selfishness is hurting you. And that's what a good woman does. She calls a man into integrity. So share it with him. Hey, this doesn't feel good. This is happening. What can we do about this? And then, if he doesn't fix it, he has to be losing. You have to be willing to walk away. He has to feel like he's losing you. It's really as simple as that. He has to realize the consequences of his actions, and you're not right now giving him the consequences of his actions. Which is, you can play Minecraft all day, that's okay, but the cost is you lose me, and I'm awesome. So remind him of that with your words and actions, and he'll either stop playing Minecraft and get his life back together thanks to you, or he'll keep playing Minecraft and you'll be the what-if girl that becomes his regret. I think he'll make the smart decision. Charles, another question from a guy, says, if sex is not right equals no relationship, right? I had a great quote. I can't remember who said it. I want to say it was Mark Manson, but I may be giving credit to someone who... No, I think it was Mark. He basically said, when sex is working, it's 20% of a good relationship. When sex isn't working, it's 100% of a bad relationship. In other words, sex can't make the cake on its own, but it can certainly break it. So I think this is very relevant. Now, that being said, sex improves over time. And inevitably, no matter who you're with, sex will get better as you get to know their bodies, you get to know them more. The one case where that doesn't apply would be when there's huge infatuation and crazy sexual chemistry right from the beginning. But I can tell you, very often those do not work into the healthiest relationships. Anything that starts with massive infatuation, fireworks, usually has a pretty epic come down. So sex can definitely build, but you would want it to build 6 months in, 12 months in, hell. If a month in there's been no improvement, you might be starting to think, oh, this isn't good, we've got to fix this. Bottom line, sex cannot make a relationship on its own, but it can certainly break it. Sometimes you do need to give it time to improve. Cojut says, what do I do if other people think he's out of my league? I had 2 people independent of each other use the same expression. He is out of your league. And on one person sigh and say, leave him alone, he is cool. Who are your friends? Get better friends or better people you're talking to. In all seriousness, I'm kind of joking, but I'm kind of not. If this is your social circles, like, step up to some people who are like, yeah, of course he's in your league. Because he bloody is. You are the decider on this. There's no leagues except the ones in your head. So if you think you're worthy of it, don't let anyone tell you that you are not. You get to choose that. Pinkoez says, we have an online relationship, so I wouldn't know if something happened to him. He hasn't texted me all day and I'm worried. Usually he's the first one to text. I checked his social media and he hasn't appeared online at all. I'm starting to wonder if something's happened to him or if he's dead. I shouldn't laugh. Well, that's just fair. I don't know what to message him. Hopefully this isn't happening on a daily basis, but you literally just message him, hey, is everything okay? I've been worried as I haven't heard from you. Pretty simple. You're allowed to worry about him. We want that. And he'll let you know and go from there. Monette is the last question. She says, I'm in a long distance relationship. We met online and made plans to meet, but coronavirus came and spoiled our plans. He says he's really attracted to me, but he's not sure when he's ready to commit, and he's not sure if this will work because of the distance. What do I do? In the end, he's either with you as a teammate or he's not. You know, it's great that he's being honest with you, and it's great that he's saying, like, okay, you're really attracted to me. That's nice. That's cool. But in the end, it's like, okay, you're attracted to me. So what are you going to do about it? That's all you really need to be thinking in this situation. So if he's not in a space where he's ready to do anything about it, especially with the distance, then right now at least, he is saying, I'm not your person. Choose people who choose you. Hey, that's the video. Thanks for watching, and get the book. Get the book. You can grab it from the description below, and the first chapter is free. Post your questions so I can answer it in the space below. These are fun, and I'll do more of them if you support them. If you're enjoying them and support them and leave your questions, then I'll do more for you because I enjoy them too. It's fun hanging out with you. Hit the subscribe button as well with the little bell and give the video a thumbs up, and I'll see you in the next video very soon.